Today, while playing the Pokemon trading card game live, I challenged myself to rank up with a completely unique deck, utilizing Luxray from Crown Zenith. I think this card is awesome, and I really wanted to play it in a deck, but unfortunately, my first draft was really bad. But that didn't last long, because eventually I stumbled upon Magnezone EX, and Magnezone EX works really well with Luxray from Crown Zenith. I'm really excited to show off the deck, so in today's video, I'm going to go through the deck and talk about all of the card inclusions, and then show it off on the Pokemon Trading Card Game Live. Let's get into it. Magnezone EX is the main attacker in this deck. It's got a massive 330 hit points and 2 very efficient attacks. Its first attack, Energy Crush, costs 1 lightning energy, and it does 50 damage for each energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon. And there are a lot of decks that like to pile extra energy into play right now, like Lugia V-Star, Arceus V-Star, Gardevoir EX, and Miraidon EX. It's not uncommon to hit over 300 damage for just a single lightning energy using Magnezone EX's Energy Crush attack. And then Pulse Launcher costs 2 lightning energy and does 220 damage, with the drawback being that Magnezone EX does 30 damage to itself. But since Magnezone EX has 330 hit points, even after taking some damage from Pulse Launcher, Magnezone EX is still very difficult to knock out. Taking a look at the Pokemon in this deck, things might look a little bit sparse. I mean, we've only got 6 basic Pokemon here, but that's by design, because the less basic Pokemon you run, the higher your odds of being able to open Luxray. Luxray is a real hidden gem in the Pokemon TCG, a powerful consistency card that will only increase in popularity as more playable Stage 2 Pokemon continue to get printed in the Scarlet and Violet block. Now, Luxray is a Stage 2 Pokemon as well, but it doesn't really care about any of that. It's got the Explosiveness ability, which reads, if this Pokemon is in your hand when you're setting up to play, you may put it face down as your active Pokemon. And then it's got the Seeking Fang attack, which only costs 1 colorless energy, does 50 damage, and allows you to search your deck for up to 2 trainer cards and put them into your hand. The perfect attack for setting up your board and establishing Stage 2 Pokemon. Luxray also has free retreat, making it the ideal starter in almost any game of Pokemon cards. Luxray is obviously an incredible opener and great for grabbing trainer cards out of your deck, whether you need a supporter card or a stadium card, tool cards or search cards, Luxray can get it. But eventually your Luxray will get knocked out. But before it does, Luxray can help you to set up Bibarel with its Industrious Incisors ability. Bibarel is one of the most popular draw cards in the game thanks to its Industrious Incisors ability, which allows you to fill your hand to 5 cards once during your turn. Now, Bibarel just got a huge boost with the release of Scarlet and Violet thanks to Skwovet and its extremely powerful Nest Stash ability. Nest Stash allows you to shuffle your hand and put it on the bottom of your deck, and then when you do that, you can draw 1 card. This pairs perfectly with Bibarel's Industrious Incisors ability, because if you have a big unplayable hand, you don't get stuck. You can just put that hand on the bottom of your deck with Nest Stash and then continue about your way using Industrious Incisors and filling your hand over and over. Now that we're familiar with the Pokemon, let's take a look at the supporter lineup. Since Magnezone EX is such a low-maintenance attacker, it pairs really well with disruptive supporters like Judge and Avery, since you don't actually need a whole lot once Magnezone EX is set up and swinging. Judge is a perfect supporter for this deck, making it so that each player shuffles their hand into their deck and draws 4 cards. You can play Judge easily on the first turn of the game, and then use Luxray to search out whatever cards you need after the Judge, and then you can continue judging your opponents, sticking them with Path to the Peak, and really slowing down their setup. Avery and Colress's Experiment are great for reaching once you already have some cards you like in your hand. Say you've got a Rare Candy, but you'd like to find Magnezone EX or Ultra Ball, you can use Avery or Colress's Experiment to dig even further into your deck and complete those combos to help you set up Magnezone. Raihan helps you to get extra energy into play, can also be good for selecting the Rare Candy or Magnezone you need out of your deck after your opponent takes a knockout. It can also help you to reach for that Pulse Launcher attack, which does cost 2 lightning energy on Magnezone EX. Boss's Orders is one of the best supporters in the game, allowing you to chase down a Pokemon on your opponent's bench, but by far my favorite supporter in this deck is Cheryl. Cheryl allows you to heal all damage from each of your evolution Pokemon, and when you do, you discard all energy from the Pokemon that were healed in this way. A lot of Pokemon can't afford to discard all of the energy attached to them. It would be too big of a downside, or need to use their supporter for turn to draw cards. This deck doesn't have any of those problems. You can easily draw into the cards you need with Bibarel, and Magnezone EX's Energy Crush attack only costs 1 lightning energy. So you can soak hits with Magnezone EX, then play Cheryl to heal off all of the damage from it, attach another lightning energy, and then continue swinging away. That's it for the supporters. Let's take a look at the rest of the trainers. A lot of these cards are pretty par for the course. You've got your item-based search cards like Ultra Ball and Nest Ball, which allow you to search out the Pokemon you need in order to play the game. You've got your Switch cards, which can help you to get Bibarel out of the active spot if he ever makes his way into the active spot. And then we've got 4 copies of Rare Candy, which allow you to skip from Magnemite straight into Magnezone EX. But a card that I really like in this list is Cleansing Gloves. Cleansing Gloves is a tool card that makes the attacks of the Pokemon this card is attached to do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Psychic Pokemon. So what that means is with Cleansing Gloves attached, Luxray can one-hit KO Comfey, Sableye, Mew from Celebrations, and Ralts with its Seeking Fang attack. You can even search out Cleansing Gloves with Seeking Fang to help you take knockouts. It also helps Magnezone EX to one-hit KO Sableye with just 1 energy attached with Energy Crush, and since Sableye is a very popular Pokemon, being able to do that is very good. And then finally, you can even attach Cleansing Gloves to Magnemite if you need to finish off a damaged Zacian V or Shining Arcana Gardevoir in the Gardevoir matchup after your opponent has accelerated a bunch of energy with Psychic Embrace. Magnemite with Cleansing Gloves can do 40 damage for just 1 lightning energy with Electro Ball. And then of course, since none of our rule box Pokemon have abilities, Path to the Peak is the stadium of choice in this deck. Path to the Peak is one of the strongest stadiums in standard format, making it so that Pokemon with a rule box in play have no abilities. And the only rule box Pokemon in this deck is Magnezone, and Magnezone doesn't have an ability anyway, so Path to the Peak works wonders in this deck, shutting down Radiant Greninja's Concealed cards, or Arceus V-Star's Starbirth, or Lugia V-Star's Summoning Star ability, Genesect V's Fusion Strike system. So many abilities get shut down with Path to the Peak, especially when combined with Judge, limiting your opponent's hand, and then making it so that they can't use their rule box Pokemon's abilities is just a game-winning strategy. Before we get into the games, let's take one last look at the deck as a whole. After building and playing this deck on the Pokemon Trading Card Game Live, I have to say Magnezone EX blew me away. I mean, it outperformed my expectations by a lot. Admittedly, my expectations were not very high, but I went on a pretty big win streak and was even able to rank up a few times with this exact list. I think it's strong against Arceus decks, Lugia decks, you've got plays against Gardevoir decks with Judge and Path to the Peak, you've got plays against Lost Zone decks with Cheryl and Cleansing Gloves, This deck is definitely a lot stronger than I initially gave it credit for, and I think the Luxray engine has a lot of promise as more Stage 2 Pokemon continue to get released. Build this deck and try it out for yourself. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you want to see this deck in action, stay tuned. I'm going to be showing off some of my favorite games from today's stream in the next part of this video on the Pokemon Trading Card Game Live. But before we get to that, let's head over to FullGripGames.com. FullGripGames.com is the best place to buy Pokemon trading card game singles, sealed products, and accessories. We've got super fast shipping and top-of-the-line grading. You really won't find better service anywhere than at FullGripGames.com. And if you've got extra cards lying around your house that you'd like to turn into cash or store credit, then you have to check out the Full Grip Games buy list. We are always buying bulk and singles here at the shop, and selling your extra cards to Full Grip Games directly supports the content that I create here on Tricky Gym. Thank you so much for buying and selling at FullGripGames.com. Now, let's see what this Magnezone deck can do. We're up against Arceus and going second. Got the Luxray starts, and they bench Bidoof and pass. We've got one Magnemite and Colress's Experiments. We can go Path. We can go... We got one Lightning in hand. Lightning and Judge. It's probably fine. Got another Colress in hand. We can ditch the Judge and keep the boss. We'll bench. I think I'll rope up the Bidoof to make life just a little bit harder for them. Path, Magnemite, and then Seeking Fang. And we can go get, look at my tiny Avery. 2 trainer cards. Probably want Rare Candy and Ultra Ball. And then next turn, you know, if they knock out my Luxray, I mean, I'm doing like 300 damage. Dang, they always have it. What the heck? They had everything. They had Switch, Arceus V-Star, Double Turbo, Bibarel. What the heck, bro? They had it all. At least they didn't have the Judge. Okay, that's fine. They had it all in their hand. But they did accelerate 3 energy, which means that I'm good for an Energy Crush knockout this next turn. This is so sick. They underestimate. Rule number 1, never underestimate your opponent's deck. Never did. Grab Nest Ball, Rare Candy, Lightning Energy. Raihan, perhaps. I think I'm good. I got 2 Lightning Energy. No, I grab the other Lightning Energy. That way I can just use Cheryl. That'll be cool. So we'll do this. Get ourselves another Magnemite. And then Ultra Ball. Discarding Luxray. And I guess Boss's Orders is fine. They're going to be feeding me big 2 prize Pokemon anyway. Get the Magnezone. Rare Candy into the zone. Get into the zone. And then we Energy Crush for 300 damage. There we go. Just like that. Arceus V-Star. Out of here, buddy. I'll collect my 2 prize cards. And then what can they do? I've got 330 hit points. It's pretty sick. They can swing for 280 damage. And then they can't Star Requiem because they need 10 cards in the Lost Zone to do that. So I don't think that that'll be their play. Now, unfortunately, I'm only doing, you know, not doing a ton of damage since they are going to Lost Zone a couple energy. That's fine. I'm still good for 100. We've got the Nest Ball, which I could use to go get Skwovet or Bidoof. I feel like Bidoof is the more responsible answer. Trust in the Skwovet, just full send it with Skwovet. we might as well just full send it with Skwovet, bro. Yeah, you're so right. Okay, so we Cheryl. Heal our man. Go lightning energy. Full send, buddy. Energy crush. Yo, that was sick. Skwovet said, you wanted the Bidoof? I got you, bro. No sweat. So they got 3 energy. I mean, they can attack, but they can't attack back-to-back turns, right? So that's fine. Yeah, I'm thinking that we Skwovet just straight into Bibarel next time. Listen, I get to see 2 cards this next turn. That's a lot of cards. All right, that's a good amount of cards, and they can't even attack next turn. I'm chilling. Avery, insane. Absolutely nuts, dog. And I got another Avery in my hand. I think we're just using Energy Crush. That's fine. I'll attach here. And Energy Crush for 50. They can't attack this next turn. They've got 3 Psychic in the Lost Zone. That means they only got like 1 Psychic energy left. And now that they've got 3 energy in play, my Energy Crush is doing 150 damage. I could have taken the knockout with Magnezone, but then they could play Raihan. So I'm just going to take my time and set up my board. Right? I didn't want to give them the Raihan with no backup yet. Right? That would have been bad. Well, Avery again. And now we got the Ultra Ball, which is sick. So we can attach to Magnemites and Ultra Ball to go get Bibarel. And here's the Beebs. Thank you, Skwovet. You provided. And then I'll Incisors for 4. And big Energy Crush for knockouts. 150 damage. Later, Tina. We'll take our 2 prizes. I do need to find a rare candy, but that's fine. We've got Colress's Experiment. So we can do that. There's their last Psychic energy, so... Yo, 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 hey! Hey! What gives? That's my fresh Magnemite with 2 energy on it. What the heck, dude? It's fine. I could hit a Cheryl this turn, which I'll probably go for. They're not going to accelerate. It's fine. We'll promote our zone and Ultra Ball away, a Magnezone, and a Path. Go get another guy. I've got Cheryl in the deck, and I've got Raihan in the deck, and I've got 2 Rare Candy in the deck, and 1 Lightning Energy. Okay? So we're going to do that, and then... Oh, wait, I've already attached here. That's fine. We're just going for the win then, like, next turn. So, that's fine. We're just going to soften this guy up. Cheryl play would have been cute, but it's all good. Okay, we'll Industrious Incisors. And there's the Rare Candy. Great. Colress's Experiment. Another Magnemite, Raihan, and a Judge. Beautiful. Should allow me to just set up checkmates. We'll Energy Crush for 150. And what can you do? Nothing. You can't do nothing. If you accelerate energy into play, I'll crush you. If you judge me, I've got Skwovet Bibarel. I suppose they could get me out of the Rare Candy, which is kind of annoying, but if I find Raihan, it's over. And I'm already doing 150 damage for 1 energy, which is totally fine. Now I'm doing 200 damage for 1 energy. Okay, Trinity Nova. Let it take the KO. We'll send up Magnemite. Let's do it. Need me a Rare Candy. We'll do that. And we'll do that. I could have Ultra Balled away that and Industrious inside me. Because I've got the Ultra Ball in hand, so if I find the Rare Candy, then that's good. Yeah, I probably should have. Let's just full send it. All right. Brother. Here we go. GG's. Rare Candy into the zone. And we Energy Crush for game. 200 damage. You're out of here. Let's go, Magnezone. What the heck, dude? Yeah, that deck's broken for sure. Looks like I'm up against Miraidon with my Magnezone deck. Time to see which Pokemon is the superior lightning Pokemon. Is it Miraidon or is it Magnezone? Yeah, thanks for the sub, JW, and the 51 months. Appreciate you. They're going to fill up their bench real quick with this Miraidon and its tandem unit ability. Electric Generator, Swing and a Miss. And pass to me. Wahoo. We got Magnemites. Quickest prize check in the West there. Then we've got Nest Ball, and with Nest Ball, we want to go get this tiny little Bidoof. He's so small. And then we'll Ultra Ball away boss's orders, and don't want to get rid of the Raihan. Yeah, kind of have to. And I'll get another Magnemite. Put that down. Put that there. And we'll Seeking Fang for 50 damage. And then we want Rare Candy. We've got the Zone in hand. We've got Bibarel. So really, probably Raihan, just in case they take a knockout. Which is kind of funny, because I just Ultra Balled away Raihan to go get another one. Don't worry about that. No. Don't worry about it. The Raihan's just in case. If they don't take a knockout, we're chilling. If they take a knockout, Raihan guarantees us the return attack. So that's good. Doesn't matter anyway, because we're getting judged. It's cool. His hand's not like the greatest, but there's no way they're doing anything off that judge. 4 cards? No shot, brother. Pass me the ball. I'll take it. I'll take it from here. You're not doing anything. Got a Flaffy. This Luxray is about to go in for a prize. Unless that last card in hand is a switch. You played your hand down to 0 cards. I guess I gotta respect that. Down to 0 cards. It's like they know that the only supporter I have in my hand is a judge. It's crazy. Well, that was not cool. What if I just Skwovet? Think about that. %100% stash, never judged. No way, dude. That is so irresponsible. Thank you, Lil Munchkin, for the sub and the 53 months. Dang, we got a judge. That's so crazy. Well, that's not a great hand, but it's fine. Skwovet would have found... I'm not exactly sure that's how it works, guys. I don't think Skwovet would have found research. No. I don't even think I play research in this deck. So they're about to take 2, and then I can theoretically respond... Ugh, this is getting ugly. My top deck needs to be good. That judge really hurt. Dang, you just gonna put the Raichu out like that? I'm doing so much damage. I just need to get some zones into play. I need this draw to be absolutely insane. That's not how we do it. Okay, so Raihan here. We're about to scoop for sure. Ultra Ball. Discard these. Go get Bibarel. Industrious Incisors into Rare Candy Magnezone. Free, dude. We did not do that. Is it possible to win if I don't attack this turn? Probably not. Well, maybe. I'll give it a strong maybe. I'm a magnetic switch. There's like a route. What? I knock out Raikou. They bring up Raichu. They knock out a zone. I knock out Raichu. They can't finish me off. Then I take my final 2 prizes. Right? I don't see the problem. I could also gust the Raichu and knock it out. How many Raichu do you think they play? I mean, I like that. Ultra Ball for the zone, Industrious Incisors, find that rare candy. 2 Raichu! Nice one, dog. This one. Okay, so we've got the zone. Ultra Ball away, 2 Judge. Another Magnemite. We're all in on this play. Boss up. Your man. Rare candy. Right here. Just like that. Bada boom, bada bing. We've done it. And we energy crush for 450 damage. Okay. There's no way they have another one, dude. Then they do what? Smack me? Don't care. I'm doing like 300 damage again. Thornton? They will not Thornton. Listen, they play a Magnezone V-Star. There's no way they've got 2 Raichu in there. They forgot the first rule of Pokemon cards. Never underestimate your opponent's deck. They just put the Raichu down. They were not respecting my Magnemites. That's for sure. There's no way they got Raichu number 2. Even so, they can't tandem unit for it because I got Path out. So, see? 220. That's it. Game over. Another rare candy. Avery. Doesn't matter. They can't discard enough energy, and it's like, what are they gonna? That's fine. I can still knock out both these guys. Rare candy into my backup Magnezone right here. Gloves here. Energy Crush for 250 damage. Now, if they send up a Raichu, I win. If they send up a Miraidon, I win. There we go. That's GG's, mate. Magnezone goes crazy. That's right. They've got Raikou, but like, if you swing with Raikou, you lose. If you somehow get a Raichu V back, you lose. If you put more energy into play, you definitely lose. Can't do it. I still think I win this game even if they play Raichu. Like or even if they don't play that Raichu down early, I probably still have a route to win. My route to win, I'd have to hope that they don't have Gust at the end of the game, but putting the Raichu down and then not having a backup Raichu is definitely GG's. But to be fair, I didn't have a Magnezone in play. Like, are you expecting the Magnemite board to gust up and knock out your Raichu? Like, is that... You know, are you expecting that? Really? Okay, so they're trying to figure out if they can finesse a wing con. How many bosses orders do I have? I think both my boss are in the discard pile, so I'll just Colress. It's totally fine. Just retreat. And Energy Crush for 200. And with one prize left, I've got double rope available. So my deck is thin enough that, yeah, I can't get anything trapped. They can't take a bonus prize with Sky Seal Stone or anything like that because they don't play any Pokemon V-Star or V-Max. So that's not an option. You can use your Forest Seal Stone to get whatever you want out of the deck, but I don't think that there's any combination of cards that can save you. So, GG's. That's right. Thanks for the practice with my brand new deck. Looks like I may finally be up against a Lost Box deck, which is kind of cringe, all right? Not really trying to deal with Lost Box, but we'll see what we can do. I do play a bunch of Judge in this deck, so I can disrupt my opponent's hand. Also, I do play the Cleansing Gloves in this deck, so if I can find Cleansing Gloves, my Luxray can take a turn 1 knockout on Comfy, which would be sick. I got Level Ball 2 for another Comfy. 3 Comfies, 2 Switch Cart down. Fire Energy. So this is Lost Box, Charizard, Sableye. I do play 2 copies of Cheryl in this deck too, so Cheryl could be kind of gnarly. Uh-oh. No. There's a whole bonnet in here. I take it all back. I have no idea what I'm up against. It's probably like a turbo like a turbo Sableye deck or something, using Banette to like, yeah, Banette and Level Ball. I actually have seen this in Japan a little bit, so that's what we got going on there. Colress, well, yes, that's right. You didn't think you were going to get turn 1 Cleansing Gloved, did ya? There we go. Seeking Fang for 80. And then we take Rare Candy. And I've got Judge in my hand already. And then we set up the Magnezone. And the other thing that we want is maybe like a Nest Ball, set up Bibarel. Yeah, Nest Ball's fine. Get another basic out. Now, they're using the Banette that... this isn't going to be Banette EX. They're using the Banette that gets cards into the Lost Zone. Like, gets you a supporter, sends cards to the Lost Zone. I've seen this kind of turbo Sableye deck in Japan that uses Level Balls and Banette. I guess you never know. I mean, it could be a Banette EX, but I don't think that it is. I'm thinking it's the other one. So that was a really good turn 1 with the Cleansing Gloves. Love that. It's exactly what we want. And then once we actually get Magnezones into play, I mean, Magnezone's just got a ton of hit points. But the problem is, Pulse Launcher does cost 2 energy. I may actually end up needing a second copy of the... I mean, that's the thing, is if you're against like Lost Box, that's why the Cleansing Gloves are good. They allow you to swing for 1 energy. Do you got turn 2 Sableye, dog? This is so cringe. Really? You got 10 in your toilet already? 8? And then the Banette. See, I told you, dude. That's just turn 2 Sableye. Told you. So what do I do about that? Nothing. It's terrifying. All right. I guess I've got knockout. But I don't have a backup energy. You think they're going to attack with Sableye again? All right, go get a Magnemite. And sure. Seeking Fang. Okay. Gotta keep trying to get my basics out, but what can I do, you know? Turn 2 Sableye is tough. Tough for my Luxray deck. Thankfully, they can't knock out both Luxray and Magnemite this turn, I think. So we at least got that going for us. If I can find a Lightning Energy, I could Cheryl. It's still an evolution Pokemon, even though it's not evolved. I could Cheryl my Luxray, which is kind of funny. I got another Shup. And Fog Crystal Sableye. Oh no, he's back. Please, leave my Magnemites alone. This is terrifying. I don't think that I can get Magnemite into play. Like, I think just the turn 2 Lost Mine is just gonna stop that. So I need to top deck a Lightning Energy. Bad. We do not top deck a Lightning Energy, so I can Judge. That's my last Magnemite in the deck. So that's it, dog. Ultra Ball. Away. Those? Yeah, no way they're able to do it again. No chance. Not after this gnarly Judge. I'm ruined for sure. This is gonna get ugly. Because this deck plays like 3 Sableye, like it plays a million of them. Because all it's doing is trying to get Sableye into play, so. I think, unfortunately, we found an auto loss. Honestly, if I just had one turn to get Zone into play, I think we just win, though. Or if I was able to get 3 Magnemite out at a time. Because all I need is a Magnemite to stick for 1 turn. And here comes the 3rd Sableye. Charizard, okay. Are you saying there's a chance? No, but I can Cheryl my my Magnezones, which would keep me out of range, so I think that would be good. They play this guy, too. This is saucy. So they're going to go in with this guy and take a knockout. Fine. Okay. Alrighty then. Here comes Magnemite. Our Magnemites lived. Just one. We find Colress off the top. Fantastic. So we're going to Ultra Ball, discarding this and this. Okay. And we're going to grab a Zone. Rare Candy into the Zone. Cleansing Gloves on, and Colress's Experiment. I should have done that first, but it's fine. 2 and 3. Okay. And we'll Energy Crush. Go to 2 prizes left. And then this is how we win, dog. This is how we win right here. Easy. They swing, I go Cheryl, Energy. That's it. Unless, of course, they Echoing Horn me. Which would be not cool, man. They got 3 prizes left. Huh. So they've only got 1 card left in deck. Bidoof's got free retreat with the Beach Court, though. So that's fine. They can't stick me there. So I can Cheryl no matter what this turn, which is just fine. and we just win. You get an extra 10 damage, but that doesn't matter. Sableye, Psychic. And you try to set up the Magnezone. But like 3 prizes left? Doesn't matter. So the only way, yeah, even if they Echoing Horn, it's not going to do it. Because we've got the Cheryl right here. And the gloves, dude. I told you, the gloves are literally winning the game right now. You Cheryl, you go here. And then I started crushing. That's right, baby. Let's go. The gloves win the game.